The cross-examination of the first state witness, Sergeant Thabo Mosia, in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. It continues in the Pretoria High Court this morning. 5 men are on trial for allegedly killing the football star. Yesterday, Advocate Malesela Teffo pinning the murder of the soccer star on those who were at the scene at the time of Meyiwa's killing. Well, the advocate is representing 4 men accused of killing Meyiwa. Now, the group is facing charges of murder, robbery and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, or should I say ammunition. Let's get more on this story now with Linda Mnisi, who is the reporter on the story. Linda, good morning to you. Very, very serious allegations being made against people like Kelly Khumalo. She was in the house on the day of Senzo Meyiwa's murder. But perhaps even more astounding, Linda, is what was revealed by Teffo, that there were actually 2 cases that were opened or were being investigated by the police. Talk to us about those 2 elements.
Well, you'll remember, Xoli, that earlier in this case, Advocate Malesela Teffo wanted to hand over a draft document to the court as evidence that there may have been tampering of the scene, and the state objecting to that particular draft document being handed over to the court, saying that it did not see the light of day and did not have any evidential value, really. But that particular document contained these 2 cases, and the cases that are being made in both the cases. So you're looking at the case, which is the one that is currently at right now in court, where the 5 men are standing trial. But separately, there's another case which was being investigated in 2019. That case, found that the people in the house are the ones that know exactly what happened to Senzo. In fact, the investigators in that matter are suggesting that they should be charged with Senzo Meyiwa's murder. But not only that, defeating the ends of justice, because there is another suspect by the name of Megi Phiri, which Advocate Malesela Teffo says, according to that particular docket, she is the one that cleaned the scene. But he goes further to say that he has a witness who will come before this court, who will testify that in fact Senzo Meyiwa died at home, and that Senzo Meyiwa died at 2 minutes to 10 in the evening. That would have been nearly 2 hours after the said incident happened. So that, of course, brings into question the amount of time, of course, they took to take Senzo to hospital, and of course the delays that happened. He speaks about the contamination of the scene and saying that it is one of the things that the state is trying to hide. In fact, Sergeant Thabo Mosia is trying to hide the cover-ups of the police, saying that in fact, it's clear by the look of things that there was a contamination of the scene. Senzo Meyiwa's body was taken off the scene, and he uses the words dumped at a hospital mortuary, because the people in the house knew that Senzo Meyiwa had died.
Linda, those are very, very astounding claims, and I suppose some people then will be suggesting that perhaps this could be the reason why Kelly Khumalo has had a lawyer sit inside court, at least at the start of the trial in April, who was keeping a watching brief on her behalf.
Well, you'll remember that Kelly Khumalo's lawyer was taken out of this court because the issues that were cited were that now, because this separate case where the 5 men are standing trial is the one that's currently being heard in court, and she was amongst the people who were inside that house, there are possibilities that she could be called in court to, as a state witness, of course, to, state her side of the story and what could have possibly happened. Of course, you would have seen media reports yesterday that her lawyer had in fact made claims that she indeed is going to be a witness and will be coming to this particular court to testify about what exactly happened on that day. But you'll also remember that she calls herself a victim here. If you look at the charge sheet, where she's said to have been robbed under aggravating circumstances. So in this particular matter, Kelly Khumalo is listed as one of the victims, but in that separate case, she is amongst the people that the investigators say should have been charged for the murder and defeating the ends of justice, because Advocate Malesela Teffo says the case of even defeating the ends of justice goes further than that. He's arguing that the removal of Meyiwa's body from the scene by people who are not medically trained is alone a crime and amounts to defeating the ends of justice.
Mnisi, thank you very much for that update.